What is going on, everyone? I want to welcome everybody to our new podcast, Desert Valley Blitz. I'm here with my co-host,
Coach Josh.
And I'm Coach Bobby. Welcome to Desert Valley Blitz. Here on Coachella Valley Blitz, we're going to be highlighting some of the best athletes, coaches, and organizations here in tackle football here in the Coachella Valley, because we feel that there's a lot of great athletes, right? A lot of great coaches, and they need some exposure. So Desert Valley Blitz is the place to be.
We're going to be talking about key matchups, maybe week to week, maybe even getting to some X's and O's that we see on the field, and just trying to create more content for us to digest, because I know every week I'm like combing the internet, trying to find the next little bit of news for some interesting matchups. And I love high school football, so let's do it.
Welcome back, everyone, to episode 1 of Desert Valley Blitz. How's it going, Coach Josh?
Good. I'm looking forward to this season, man. It's right around the corner.
I mean, we're almost in August, right? It's
was it 3 weeks away, game?
Games are until the 22nd. They start.
It's here first.
It's coming fast, man. So what are we kind of doing here? What are we kind of looking at? What do you think for the season? What do we want to highlight on this podcast here?
Well, we got a lot of local matchups. Like Yucca Valley's playing a couple teams from the lower desert. Coachella Valley's playing Palm Springs. So I feel like we're getting back to the teams playing each other from the desert instead of going out and trying to find competition that's kind of similar. I think it's best just to play the desert teams, man. We got a lot of good football here. I can't wait to see. I don't know how the teams are going to develop. I don't know what to expect, but that's high school football. That's why we're anxiously waiting for the season to start, because we don't know what's going to go on.
Right. And part of the reason we're kind of doing this podcast here is because the local scene, although, me and Josh are both veteran coaches, veteran players, we've been around the game since the 90s here in the Coachella Valley, and it's constantly growing, constantly changing. Yeah. But one thing that hasn't changed, at least in my opinion, is we haven't got much spotlight on our real good players and real good coaches.
No.
And being in the game this long, and as long as I've had coaches almost 20 years, I think our community is big enough to where we can share our stories and we can kind of come together as a community. Because I think a lot of the times us as coaches, we think, we want to hold back and not really expand our horizons in terms of dealing with other people in the profession.
Or maybe not want to share the shine.
Exactly.
And try to say, hey, he's not as good as he is. Or we should really embrace the community and try to put a big spotlight on wherever school they're from. This is desert football, and just come together as a community and really lift these guys up.
Right. And get out of the mentality of like, hey, if it's not me, then I don't want anybody else to succeed in the Valley, because ultimately we all are partners in this game, even though we compete on a week to week. And if I'm playing you, coach, this week, I'm trying to kick your butt.
Hey, you're losing this week, but next week I'm gonna root for you.
Exactly. We gotta lift each other up.
Especially if you're playing someone out of the area. Right. When a desert team, it could be Rancho Mirage, it could be Palm Springs, in the playoffs they're playing someone else. I'm going for that desert team.
Absolutely, man. Once we get into playoffs and we're all playing outside the Valley, we really do need to come together and root for each other. So that's kind of the idea behind this podcast, is we want to shine the light on the good players, good coaches in the high school game and the youth game in tackle football, and bring the community together and give the community a showcase place where we can all talk and we can all build relationships, because, we all are really our partners in this thing. So one thing I think that we're going to look to do is kind of being former coaches, do some coaching chalk talk stuff.
Right? We can learn from each other. I mean, the best way to get better at something is try to emulate someone that's doing a good job. And there's some good coaches in the desert, and it would be a benefit for everybody just to kind of let your guard down, maybe show your plays a little bit, maybe talk about your philosophy, maybe your favorite thing to coach, So that's what I'm looking forward to doing with this. So, and
another thing I think I really want to shine a light on is we've got some good players in this.
We
Valley,
do,
Coach.
we do.
We got
every year.
We got some D1 guys this year that are getting scholarships, that are going to the next level. I think, on that note, I'd like to bring some of the best players in the Valley into the studio and just talk to them and shine some light and show and really set the example for the kids coming up through the youth programs.
Talk about their story.
That it can be done, right? That it can. I mean, we've had professional guys out of this Valley go to the NFL. You can't really say that about a lot of sports here in the Coachella Valley. There's not a lot of guys in other sports that have made it to the top levels. I think football, you'd have the biggest numbers. So we want to shine light on that too and say, know, hey, if that's something that you want to do as a young kid or as a young player, here's the path, and here's a guy that did it, and here's somebody you can emulate in your career. So that's another thing that we want to shine the light on in this podcast.
Yep. Talk about the matchups that just happened from the previous week. There's always injuries. Unfortunately, it's part of the game. Talk about maybe some schematics, how you're going to stop this team from running all over you, how you're going to stop this air raid system. So it'll be good. It'll be good to talk about maybe, instead of just the stories, talk about it from like a coach's point of view. So
absolutely,
I think that would be cool.
Yeah. So that in-depth X and O's a little bit, we're not going to give away trade secrets
here.
But
we're not the best, I know what I know. That's all I know.
Exactly. But we're not expecting people to give away trade secrets, but there is, I believe there's real value in giving the community an inside look behind the curtain to see how the sausage is actually made, how a game plan comes together.
Up and coming coaches can get better and already learn from mistakes I've made or other coaches we bring in, and I think it'll be good.
Absolutely. So, if you guys out there liking what you're hearing and you want to be featured on this podcast, we're open to everybody. So hit us up, send us a DM in the bio. There's going to be an email that you can hit up if you want to come on. Also, if you see behind us, there's some local desert gear here. This is really all we had because these are the programs that we're associated with at that current moment. So we want to build this setup to include the whole Valley. So hit us up in the comments, DMs. We'd love to have the whole Valley represented on this show. And the best is here to come, guys. We'll see you next time on Desert Valley Blitz.
See ya.